It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to The Local Show. It's the 2023 Spring Edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my good friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. On The Local Show, we feature conversations about local businesses. We talk to the business owners and the CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We learn how they got into business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You will hear all about their successes, challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. And we say a hearty, happy spring welcome to Steve Roberts.
I'm surprised you didn't say it was the early fall edition, because I don't know, you just seem to miss the happy stuff.
That'll be next week.
Well, a week till trout season, Tom.
Yeah.
Have you polished up your fishing tackle and sharpened your hooks?
It's funny that you ask that, because I was cleaning out some boxes in the basement and I found a couple of reels where the handles were collapsed and it had like old line from 1972 on it. And I thought,
what'd you do with them?
I put them aside, and I thought, I'm not going fishing this year.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know when I'll have time to do anything.
You know, we should, I can help.
Yeah.
We should go trout fish. Seriously. Grab Nick. You grab Nick. Grab the boy.
Nick's my son, for those of you keeping up with things.
And we'll go over to 9 Mile, and chances are we'll catch some trout.
Take my son, please.
Okay.
And keep him away from
when he's old, we're like, I remember when my dad. No, that was Uncle Steve.
Yeah. Let him go and have some fun with you. It's just the timing. I booked a couple more wedding receptions, Got to make sure you have enough money, preparing for the collapse of the economy. So I have enough.
Well, it won't matter.
Right, and it won't matter.
If you didn't suck, you wouldn't have so many weddings,
Yeah, I know. You should just be a little less good.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Let's see how less good I can be with the whole show here. We've got Jeff Steigerwald coming up. He's the owner of Liehs and Steigerwald, and then Lori Simpson is the director of development at Hospice of Central New York. Yeen and Ivory are the owners of the Cake Bar here in Syracuse. Dave Schneckenberger is the president of Thompson & Johnson Equipment. We'll have a conversation with him. Jennifer Covert stops by, executive director of North Area Meals on Wheels. Danielle Mercuri is the owner of DD Restaurants and Hospitality, and she has about 4 restaurants underneath that moniker. And then Josh Lang is the pastor at Redeemer Church. I'll certainly need him by the end of the show. And then Brad Marble is the general manager of USA Insulation of Syracuse, New York. And they're all on the Local Show today. Stick around. It should be riveting. Here's Jeff Steigerwald right now, owner of Liehs and Steigerwald. How are you?
Great, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. And I saw a couple people smoking and grilling already in my neighborhood.
Love it. Can't wait to get that season rolling. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready for it.
That is
the
fun
dog.
stuff.
The dog really likes him when he comes in. I don't know why. The sun
smells like a
comes
piece
in and
of
she's
meat.
just like hanging around, like, hey, there's that guy.
Yeah.
She greets me very, very kindly.
I think a lot of people in this audience are very familiar with Liehs and Steigerwald, but there may be some dangling participles who don't know who you are and how long you've been around. Give us the history of Liehs and Steigerwald and how you got involved.
Sure. 1936, the butcher shop was founded right there on Grant Boulevard. Been there ever since. It was run by 2 German immigrants that met up here in Syracuse, and Mr. Liehs and my great uncle Louis, and they ran it around till about the 70s, mid 70s. Then my father and Kurt Liehs Jr. took over, and they ran it together for 20 plus years, and then I've been running it now for the past 20 years.
So were you involved from when you were a little boy?
Yeah, well, it was fun because when I was real young, my father would bring me in there on Sundays, and we would do the Sunday stuff where he had to prep things, and it was always just a good time to hang out with him and kind of see what's going on.
Did you get a free piece of bologna?
That free, yes, yes, it was free.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, we still
bologna.
hand those out every day. So,
Nice.
but yeah, so then I worked a little bit during my high school and college years, and went off and did some other things after college, and found my way back to the business, like I said, about 20 years ago.
What'd you do in college?
I studied accounting, so I was an accountant for a bit. My path is I ended up down in Dallas. Took a job in Dallas, working for a construction management company, and was in Houston for a little bit. I actually met my wife in Dallas. And I somehow convinced her to move up to Syracuse, where it's so
That's love.
Right.
That's love.
Was she a cheerleader?
No, she
cheerleader.
was not. No, she could have been.
Very good answer.
Yeah, that's right.
So then you come back and you've got the butcher shop, and butcher shop is. People say butcher, and you go, "Oh my goodness!" Now, back in the '40s and the '50s, that was a very accepted thing,
Yeah, it was. People looked for it.
You're
Absolutely,
right,
it was what you needed. Yeah, you still need it, but
but people don't want to. They want to,
Right.
put a different wrapper on it or something.
Sure.
So, what makes Liehs and Steigerwald so good?
Well, to your point that you just said, back in the 40s and 50s, you could get a butcher. I mean, there's very few places, I think, now where you can walk in and get a steak cut the way you want it, cut to 1.5 inches instead of what's standard in people's cases.
Right. Okay.
We grind our burger fresh every day, and everything's done fresh, and the way it's been done for almost 85 years or so. So. If you want to come and talk to somebody and ask questions, I mean, we're your place.
Well, I did that a few weeks ago because I'm a Saturday morning. Jeff knows I'm a Saturday midday, early afternoon actually guy, and we go over to our friends the Wades, and we've had the brats, we've had the tender, we've had about everything, and I'm like, what do we want to do? Because my friend Mike has a smoker. Well, the thing you don't do with a smoker is anything quickly.
Yeah, it's got to stay in there for a while.
Sure, right? So I'm like, I don't have all night. What should we do? And he says, come here. And he got a pork roast.
Yep.
Was it a roast or a loin or the same thing?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. I mean, the pork roast you get typically comes from the center cut loin.
Okay.
And then there's the tender loin, which is the smaller piece that's nice on the grill. But I forget what you ended up with. But
there were two of them and they were large.
Yeah. So they were you did the tenderloins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my! And got some special seasoning there.
Right.
Some Steigerwald seasoning.
Some rub
and you were like. 148, was that the number?
Yeah.
It wasn't like 150.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, I go, how high? 150. He goes, 148. And he got a real serious look. I'll tell you, it was the tenderest, juiciest piece of meat I've had in a long time, and it was delicious. Perfect. But that's the butcher.
That's the butcher.
Yeah.
Jeff, you had some things you wanted to talk about. You have a food truck, and then what else did you want to talk about?
Yeah, we put the food truck up, and get that back out now here, and it should be coming out in April. We'll be hitting
Where are you
going to be? We'll be the
just
regular
everywhere?
places, wherever we can find someone to go.
Businesses can charter it. That's
Yeah,
the right term.
right. Well,
they can say, hey,
Sure.
bring the food truck over, and they can reward their employees or whatever.
Yeah, we've done that before. We also pulled up, different CNS engineers, for example.
Sure.
We'll pull up, and then their people come out and just pay for their own stuff. But
Isn't it old Dallas Cowboy cheerleader work there?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
So you got that going on, and what else did you have?
And then we're looking forward to Easter, of course.
Oh, Easter, yeah.
So we got the kibasi and the pierogies. We'll have legs of lamb and beef roasts and easy cut hams.
Wonderful.
So all that good stuff. So we're excited to hit Easter and get launched right into the grilling season that's coming up. So.
Well, I'm trying this intermittent fasting stuff, and you just ruined my fast. Just talking about all this food.
That's okay. Quickly, tell people where you are.
We are at 1857 Grant Boulevard on the north side of Syracuse. Stop by and see us, and we'll help you pick out the perfect steak.
Excellent. Well, it's great to talk with you again, and you have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Lori Simpson coming up next. She's the Director of Development at Hospice of Central New York and the Finger Lakes. Stick around right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.